Welcome into day 4 of 7 days of holiday beauty. I'm glad you're here. We're on to day 4 of 7 days of holiday beauty and I'm having so much fun. I hope you are too. All Christmas week long, I'm doing a get ready with me every day featuring a different palette and different makeup. I hope you'll join me for each day of this fun holiday season event. If you're new here, a very special welcome to you. I hope you'll consider subscribing and make sure you click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you're interested in more makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman, stop by prettyover50.com. There's a lot more great information just waiting for you there. I have a great selection of makeup today and I can't wait to get started. As always, all products that I use and mention today will be listed and linked below, and they'll also be over on the blog, so super easy for you to find. And with that, let's hop into it. My face is all prepped and ready to go, and in general, I like to wait at least 20 to 30 minutes after I put on my serums and moisturizers and sunscreen before I do my makeup. Sometimes I just don't have the time to wait that long, and then I just go ahead and dive in. I think it just makes the foundation a little bit more slippery, but it can be done. However, optimally, I like to wait at least 20 to 30 minutes. It just makes everything go on more smoothly. I'm going to start off with a little City Lips Clear just to hydrate my lips while I'm doing my makeup. For eyeshadow primer, it's going to be the tried and true Milani. Just a small little dot, and that's going to go in between both lids. For face primer, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild face primer. This is their photo focus line in the matte. I haven't used this in, gosh, probably a year. It has a bit of a creamy texture, and then I'm just going to smooth that over the face. Feels really hydrating. I think my skin might be feeling a little bit dry from the weather. I try not to run the heater too much, but I am running it more than I did in the summer when I first moved here. While those primers are drying down, I'm going to do my brows, and I'm going to try a new product today. This is from Sigma. This is their Tint and Tame Brow Gel. I've never used this product, so this will be a first time. I really am in love with my Wet n Wild retractable pencil, but I'm always open to trying new things. Who knows, maybe I'll find something I love even more. This has a very, very tiny little brush on it. Apparently it tints and sets your brows all in one. You know what it feels like to me? It feels like just a brow gel. And actually, I'm not really seeing much color here. So I'm going to go ahead and go into my Ellie Girl. This is their Shady Slim Brow Pencil. I love this brow pencil. It's not as quick as doing my brows as the Wet n Wild, but it is great for detail work. So I'm going to go ahead and lay down some color with this and then go back in with that Sigma. This is a light brown color. I'm not sure exactly what they've named it. I can't read the writing. It's so tiny, but I'll have it listed down below. Now I'm going to go back in with that Sigma and just set those brows down. For eyeshadow today, I'm going to be using the Marc Jacobs Stiletto palette. Remember this palette? This is a beautiful cool tone palette. The formula is delicious, and I'm really looking forward to creating kind of a fun, simple look with it today. There are a few shades in this palette that are just exceptional. This is Sparkling and this is Sidewalk. Aren't those just glorious? Here they are. You can see they're just beautiful shimmers, and what I like about this particular formula is it's not sparkly shimmers, it's just more of a metallic. And for me, I don't notice that it enhances the texture on my eyelids. It just puts down such a beautiful finish. I'm going to take my BK Beauty 202 brush and dip it into this transition color right here. And that's going to go in right above my natural crease. And what this is going to do is it's just going to help me create more of a look of real estate on my eyelids so that they don't look quite so hooded. This is a beautiful taupey brown color with a bit of a purple undertone. Now I'm going to take my blending brush and just blend that top edge out really well. Now I'm going to take my brush and dip it into this color called Jungle, and that's going to go all over the lid up into that transition color. Very, very softly, I'm laying this down as a base for another color. Now I'm going to take my blending brush and shear that out and blend it into the transition color. So now I have just a very sheer layer of that on the eyelids. Now I'm going to dip my finger into this color Sparkling, and that's going to go over the movable lid. Isn't that just a pretty look? Too bad I don't have any place fancy to go. Now I'm going to take a flat brush and go into this color Rule. This is a very, very bright white. That's going to go right into the brow and then inside corner of my eyes. I just want to highlight that brow bone. And then on the inside corner, I want to lighten up that area that gets a lot of shadowing. For foundation, I'm using the Kojin Dough. This is a beautiful foundation with a breathtaking price tag. This foundation looks so pretty on the skin. However, this color is a little bit light for me, so I'm going to warm it up with bronzer to make it work. I'm going to start with about this much on the back of my hand, and you can see it's a very, very liquidy foundation. Just going to dab that over the skin and then start pouncing it in. The color looks really light now. It's not quite as bad when I get it worked in. With the bronzer, I should be able to get it to a place that it looks nice. Now I'm just going to press that in with my beauty sponge. This sponge is from Sigma. I am falling in love with it. It's just very, very bouncy, and that tip is so handy. Before I put my concealer on, I'm going to go in with my Stila Correct and Perfect palette. I like this peach color to just knock down that purple area underneath my eyes. For concealer, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Under Eye Concealer. I haven't used this under my eyes in a long time. This is the concealer that I generally use to cover up any spots on other parts of my face because it seems to be more of my skin tone than a lot of the concealers I own. I'm going to blend that in with my Real Techniques brush. I started using this brush, gosh, about a week ago to do my concealer. I'm kind of falling in love with the whole thing. Now I'm going to put a little Tarte Stay Spray on my blending sponge and then very gently tap underneath my eyes and set down that concealer. Now I'm going to set that concealer with my number 7 Lift and Illuminate powder. This is a big floppy, fluffy brush from Sigma, and it does such a great job because it's so gentle applying that powder. You guys, it snowed yesterday. It didn't exactly snow where I am, but it snowed up the hill. And I get to look out from my living room at the mountains all covered in snow. It is so pretty. It is very, very cold where I am. It definitely has that winter feel. And looking at that snow, oh, it just is so lovely. I'm going to be using the Color Science bronzer today. Whereas the foundation is a little too light, this bronzer is a little too dark for me. This is in the color Santa Fe. So I'm going to go in very lightly, sheer it out, and see if I can't get a complexion color that sort of matches the rest of me. I'm going to start in really lightly and see if I can't work that up very, very slowly to give me a little bit more warmth in my complexion. This does do a good job underneath my chin because it's a little bit darker, so it creates a nice shadow, making my chin look a little bit firmer. So I think that's warmed up the complexion enough. For blush, I'm going to be using the Daniel Sandler Watercolor Liquid Blushes. These are such a fun line of blushes. This is in the color Chelsea, and I chose it because it's very, very neutral. I really want the focus to be on the eyes today, so I want to keep everything else very neutral and very subtle. These are liquid, so I definitely want to shake it up first. And you can see it's a very, very watery formula. But boy, it sure looks pretty on the skin. For highlight, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Precious Petal Highlight. This is one of my favorite highlighters. It's so affordable. It is so very pretty. You can see it right here. It's just almost a white gold color. Put a little bit of that on my fluffy brush. And then that goes right over at the tops of the cheeks, right over the very top of that blush. And then I always like to put a little bit on the front of my cheeks as well. Now I'm going to go in with a big fluffy brush and just blend that cheek area out, making sure that that blush and bronzer and highlighter just looks seamless throughout. I'm going to set down my T-zone, and today I'm going to be using the Kevyn Aucoin Loose Setting Powder. This comes in a little sifter right here, so I'm just going to get a bit on my brush and just down the center of my face to set that foundation down a little bit. Now I'm going to finish off the complexion with my Milani Prep Set and Glow. So I have to tell you, you guys, my nail drama continues. I'm trying to go through all these different nail options in order to figure out for me, what is the best way to get my nails to look nice? Most of the time with as little effort as possible. So I had been wanting to try gel nails. I ordered a kit off of Amazon and I tried it a couple of nights ago. Oh my gosh, what a hot mess. I'll tell you what, I think probably 70% of it was user error and about 30% was the kit itself. First of all, the light that came with the kit, I don't think it's strong enough to actually set that gel polish down. I used to get gel nails done in the salon all the time years ago. And their lights really set the gel polish down. This didn't. The gel polish was still tacky after running it through a couple of times. That was problem number one. Problem number two was the polish was so thick. They said put on a thin coat. Well, how can you put on a thin coat when the polish is so thick? So anyway, I'm sending the kit back and I'm moving on to the next thing. If you have a nail solution that you love, let me know. I have tried several that have been suggested. So far, I haven't found the winning combination, but let me know if there's something I'm missing. For eyeliner today, I'm going to show you guys a technique that I've been using that is way over the top and a whole lot of work, but it's just kind of fun. So because I've had a lot of time lately, I've been doing it. It involves the eyeliner technique that I did the video on a few weeks back. If you haven't seen that, I'll go ahead and list it up here. This is just an extra added step that lets me wear liquid eyeliner on my very crinkly lids. You know, because my eyelids are very wrinkled, I can't get a straight line with liquid eyeliner, but I have found a way to kind of do a workaround, and that's what we're going to do today. The first step, I'm going to start with the L'Oreal Lay Liner, and I'm going to line my upper lid, and then I'm going to smudge it out with a brush just like I did in that video. I'm going to put that eyeliner on, and I'm not going to worry about getting it perfect because I'm going to smudge it out with a brush when I'm done. So now I have that eyeliner drawn on both lids. I'm going to take a tiny little angled brush and I'm just going to smudge that line out at the top. So it kind of just gently blends into the eyeshadow and I don't have to worry about it looking perfect on my wrinkly lids. Now that I have that pencil eyeliner all smudged out, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Hyper Easy Liquid Liner. If you like liquid liner, this is amazing. It is so easy and it kind of has one of those little brush tips on it. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to line my eye right at the base of my lashes. I'm not going to go above where that pencil liner is, so I don't have to worry about the edge being super straight. I'm just going to keep it at the very base of that pencil liner and it's going to give me a very dark eyelined look. So I'm just going to go right down at the bottom of that already existing liner. You can see this is like way too many steps, but it's kind of fun. It's really easy to do because this liner pen is so nice. So here's the eye with the liquid eyeliner added. You can see it just adds a little bit more emphasis to that lash line. I've curled my lashes. Now I'm going to go in and tightline with that same lay liner from L'Oreal. And what I want to do is I want to focus on just getting that liner in between all those individual lashes. Not so much worrying about getting it on the skin, but getting it in between the lashes. For mascara, it's the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. This tube is so much heavier than an average mascara tube. It just cracks me up. I wonder if they think it's going to give the impression of a higher end product that way. I've used this mascara just once before. I can say it's good. It's not in my mind one of my top mascaras, but I do like it. I want to keep the lip really nude today, so I'm going in with 3 of my favorite nude lip products. This is the NYX Pencil in Nude. This is Baddest Beige from Maybelline, one of my favorite nude colors. And this is Sin Nude's Lip Gloss from Wet n Wild. These NYX retractable lip pencils are so creamy. They're just lovely. There's the lip liner on its own. And then this is topped with Baddest Beige. And then I'm going to put just a little bit of the Sin Nudes from Wet n Wild. And that's the final lip color. Here we have the finished look. I'm having so much fun putting together these makeup looks every day. I hope you are too. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you're interested in more makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman, stop by prettyover50.com. There's a lot more great information just waiting for you there. You guys are making my holiday season by taking a few minutes out of your day to spend it with me. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. Again, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman. Make it a great day. Wear your sunscreen and all. See you in the next video. Bye now.